YouTube. It is Hannah from Smaugish here, and I'm today bringing you a little tag video. But before I get into it, please like this video, leave me a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. Let's get into it. I'm going to do the hashtag get to know your witches tag, which I actually saw the YouTuber Shadow Harvest do, but it was created by a lovely YouTuber that I've just discovered called Little Cosmic Crow. So I thought, you know what, I'll do it. So it's 15 questions. I have them written down on my book. I'll leave the questions down below, and I will link to both Shadow Harvest's and Little Cosmic Crow's videos so you can have a look. But without further ado, let's do the tag. So the first question is, does your sun sign portray you correctly? If not, do your other planetary signs? Now, I am a Taurus. My sun sign is Taurus, as I think I've mentioned a few times before, and I am definitely like your atypical Taurian. I really think I am. I mean, you can probably see I enjoy indulging in nice things and food, and I'm a bit lazy unless it's something I want to do, then I'll like really work at it. I'm very stubborn, I'm very loyal, very sensual. So yeah, in a lot of ways I would say I'm like the archetypal Taurus. Not sure I'm boring. A lot of people think Taurians are boring, but we're not boring. We are very particular with what we put our time, effort and energy into. But actually I think I'm a lot like my other placements. So my moon is in Leo, and I'm definitely a lunar Leo. Like, people think of Leos as being like really out there and but I'm kind of that in certain situations. I'm like that classic ambivert, and my love of performing and arts and singing and stuff I think is quite Leo-ish, and I like, you know, dressing nicely, and my hair has always been one of the features that people talk about, so that's quite Leo. And I am a rising Libra, and I am so Libran in some ways. Like, Taurus and Libra are definitely like complementary sides of my character. I just want to please people. And yeah, my Venus is in Pisces as well, so rising Libra, Sun in Taurus, Venus Pisces. I just like luxury and romance, really. That's what I like. The second question is, what songs bring you the most magical vibes? That's a really interesting question, and I don't know if I could answer it, because really I don't really listen to music if I'm doing stuff. Just sort of thinking back, anything by Omnia would definitely give me magical vibes. But then I would just, any of my favourite music, so any music that I'm listening to, it doesn't necessarily have to be particularly magical. I guess Devil and Universe stuff is quite good for getting into that sort of plane. But yeah, nothing in particular. That's a good question though. So question 3 is, which one of your deities, guides or ancestors is most sarcastic with you? So I'm not sure any of them are massively sarcastic, but quite a few of them are quite savage and quite sassy. Deity wise, Loki as an obvious one. Freya can be really sassy with me sometimes. Like, ooh, Freya has a sass factor. But all my ancestor, so one of my ancestors that I really do believe is a spirit guide of mine, is my great nanny, Nanny Elsie, and just sometimes I just see her and imagine her, girl, what are you doing? So I don't think any of my deities or ancestors or guides are sarcastic, but they're definitely sassy as hell. Question 4 is your biggest witchy mess up or misinterpretation. Again, I don't really think I have one, because I kind of never did anything unless I felt like I really understood it. I don't know, to be honest. I guess like something that's not necessarily witchy, but before I really knew about astrology and stuff, I just thought that your sun sign was it, that's it. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm quite Taurus, but I'm not like this, and then when I looked into it deeper, I was like, oh yeah, because this is explained by this placement. So That's probably the only one. I've never made any massive mistakes. Or I guess not putting my incense on the right thing, so I've now got incense dust all over my altar cloth. That's quite a big mess up, isn't it? So yeah, literally a mess up. Question 5, would you write a book on your craft of spirituality and why? I don't know if I would write a book on it, on this. I'm definitely want to write books. Like, I'm trying to write a children's novel right now and there's other stuff, but I don't think I'd ever write a book on this, and simply I don't think I know enough, and I don't think I would ever know enough. So that's probably why I wouldn't. I guess if it ever gets to a stage where I think, you know, no, I've got something to give, then I definitely would think about it and give it a go. Question 6. Oh, this one's gonna be really tough. Question 6. If someone wanted to summon you to their circle, what 5 items would they need? I don't know. Probably something Hufflepuff related. So something Hufflepuff. Maybe a nice glass of ice cold rosé prosecco, or just sparkling rosé of any kind. Some really decent vegan chocolate. Currently some kind of video game, so currently it would be Skyrim, and a bed or just a cozy blanket. I would say those 5 things right now, but it changes, it would vary, but those 5 things are probably what you would use to summon me right now. Definitely, that's what I would say. Question 7, if you're a ghost, what place would you haunt? Ooh, I don't know, it depends how you feel about ghosts. Like, if I had any agency, because I think depending on how I died, I would probably be stuck in that place, possibly. But if I could like choose, I think I'd go and join like some really amazing historical ghosts. Like maybe I'd go and hang out at Hever Castle, or I'd hang out at Hampton Court Palace, or the Edinburgh Vaults. That would be really cool. Yeah, I'd go somewhere where there are some really famous ghosts and I'd be like, now I'm part of the really famous ghost crew. That's probably what I do. I just have fun. Yeah, if I could choose, that is. Question 8, what is the funniest way someone has reacted to finding out you're a witch? Now this is interesting because I'm not massively open with it, like apart from YouTube and stuff. I'm not hugely open about it, and like I've only told people that I really trust and that would, you know, not react in that kind of a funny sort of way. So I don't really have a funny way. I've had some really like rude ways of reacting, like taking the piss or something, but no, I haven't. Sorry to disappoint, but I haven't yet had a funny way of, you know, reacting to it. So number 9, do you have any superstitions? I have a few that are in my family. So the first one is that you don't do any washing, like laundry, on New Year's Day, because if you do, you wash someone out of the family. So that's one that we do, like the family, we don't do laundry on New Year's Day. And the second one is if I see a magpie, I have to salute it. Like if I see one magpie by itself, I have to salute it, say, hello Mr. Magpie, how are the wife and family? That's why I have a magpie on my leg. I have a magpie tattoo that says one for sorrow. It was a flash design from Halloween that Sophie, my tattooist, put up a couple of years ago, but I wanted a magpie tattoo for that reason for a while. So yeah, those are probably the only 2 real superstitions I have. I'm not massively superstitious, so yeah. Those 2 though are definitely things that I have. I don't know if they're really common, but yeah. Question 10. If you could possess any fantasy magic, what would your power be? So if I'm given free reign here, I'd really love to own a magic wand that I could do spells with. So like a Harry Potter magic wand that I could actually do any type of spells with. But then if we're saying no, literally one power, like a superpower kind of magical fantasy power, shape-shifting would be amazing. You can tell that Loki is one of my patrons, can't you? But yeah, shape-shifting would be really cool. Or like talking to animals and having like little animal minions. So something like that, either shape-shifting or animal conversing, communication with animals. Oh yeah, but they'd like understand me and I'd understand them. So that just to get it clear. Question 11. What is something random on your altar? Let me just have a look at my altars here. So like I have Bob my skull on my altar, but I don't think he's random because he's like a symbolic guardian. I also have my brain money bank, but that's not specifically on my altar, it's like right at the side because there's nowhere else for me to put it. But this is kind of random, but then it's not random at the same time. So this is Rosie Ted. She is my teddy bear since I was 2.5. Before her, I had never ever been a teddy sort of person. As a baby, like as a toddler, I'd never been into teddy bears or anything like that. I never had a special teddy or anything that I slept with. Soon as my dad won her for me at like an arcade, I would say probably, how old am I now? About 25 years, she did not leave my side. Maybe slightly, yeah, let's say 20 to 25 years. She did not leave my side. She came with me on holiday. She came with me to university. Like, seriously, she went absolutely everywhere with me. I don't sleep with her anymore, but I thought, you know what? There has to be a reason for that. Like, I know she's an inanimate object. I know she is a toy. But for something to have bonded with something like that, there's going to be something in there because of that bond and the safety and everything that I put into her. So she's kind of like my actual guardian for my altar. So it's kind of random, but not. You can see she was in such good shape. And then my dog, I love my dog, but my dog mauled her. So she now has a button for a nose and she had to have surgery to reattach her eye. Plastic surgery for a poor little bear. But yeah, that's probably the most random thing. I wouldn't say there's anything else random. I have a box of bits and pieces, like my box of witchy tools. I have tarot decks and oracle cards. I have like bits of decoration, but they're not necessarily random. So yeah, I would say Rosie Ted probably. 12. If one of the YouTubers you watched was a genie, could grant you 3 wishes, what would they be and who would it be? And obviously you can't wish for more wishes. Okay, so they're not like magicky or anything YouTubers, but my instant reaction is either Markiplier, because his voice is just incredible, and just having him, hi, I'm Markiplier and I give you 3 wishes. Oh, that would be so good. But I think Rolly, like Rolly on Gusher, would be really funny as a genie. Hello, I'm your genie weenie. Get some wishes. Yeah, so probably either Markiplier or Rolly, just because that would be really funny, and I think they'd be good genies. What would my 3 wishes be? Well, not aging would be lovely. So probably not aging. Not necessarily immortality, but not aging. Because I'm really feeling the aging thing at the moment. So not aging. Endless funds, because there's so many things you could do with money. Like anyone that says, you know, money is not important is lying, because you need money for everything. And there's good things you can do with it too. So endless funds, not aging. Number 3. If I could wish for like climate change to be reversed and like halted, that would be my 3rd wish. So 2 selfish ones and 1 not so selfish one. Those would be my 3 wishes. Number 13, if you could instantly become an expert in any part of your craft, what would it be? Currently, tarot and Lenormand, like 100%. I'm pretty good with the tarot. I'm getting more into it and I'm quite intuitive with it. But I'm kind of finding it more hard to get my mind around what Lenormand means. So those 2 things would be great. Like I feel quite good. I think I'm quite an intuitive tarot reader, so I'm pretty good at it. But I'd love to be an expert at those 2 things. That would be good. 14. When you die, what do you think will happen to you or your soul? I 100% believe in like an afterlife. When I was little, I used to believe that like you'd go on this big escalator. When you got to the top, there was like loads of doors, and there was like an angel, and he was like, hey, what's your religion? Yeah, you're a good person, your door is there. So I mean, I kind of quite like that idea still. But honestly, I don't know. I believe 100% in the afterlife, so I believe that when you die, you ascend to a different plane of existence. Whatever that is, I don't really know. Like, I don't know further than death is not the end sort of thing. But yeah. And the last question, where do you see yourself spiritually in the next 5 years? I'd like to know more. I'd like to have continued learning about new things. I'd like to be maybe doing something, at least part-time, with it. I'd like to have more friends that I can like physically meet up with and celebrate and do things with. But yeah, I think pretty much on the same path, but just knowing more and learning more and having experienced more. That's probably where I see myself in the next 5 years. So that was all 15 of the questions of the hashtag get to know your witches. That was really good actually. That was fun, and I really thought I had to think hard about some of those questions. So I will leave the questions down below. If you do this video, let me know. Give me a tag, I guess. I'd like to see how you would answer the questions, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.